So I just watched a couple of movies, murder documentary movies about where they investigate a crime and they figure out what actually happened, why these people died. And it made me realize that I'm actually not a person of, like, I'm not a sympathetic person. I don't. Because I believe that bad things and evil things and horrendous things are not going to happen to you unless you provoke them, unless you invite them. I don't believe bad things just happen out of nowhere like this government wants you to believe. So, like, for example, if you're a female and you're walking around the neighborhood, walking down the street with your belly button showing, with the crop top showing off your stomach, expect people to look at you. Expect people to give you attention. Expect to provoke attention. But if you're just walking down the street with a t-shirt on, nothing's going to happen to you. It's the same concept. If you're on the highway driving like an idiot, expect something to happen to you. If you're driving normally, nothing's going to happen to you. No one's going to try to rob you, attack you, murder you. Nothing like that if you're not doing anything to provoke that situation. I don't believe evil just happens out of nowhere. I believe you have to do something to provoke or invite evil. It's just like if you're standing on the side of the highway with a sign, a cardboard sign, expect people to read it. But if you're just standing on the side of the road with no cardboard sign, expect people just to look at you and just drive by. That's really the way that it works. That's the way that I think that it works. I don't believe in, horrendous things just happen for no reason. I don't believe that. Like, you have to do something to invite or to provoke those evil things to happen to you. You have to do something to make someone want to, hurt you, rob you, kill you, whatever. You have to do things to invite these things. They don't just happen out of nowhere. I don't believe in that. So when I watch these murder documentaries and I watch these videos and I see these news reports about people getting shot and killed and robbed, really, I don't feel sorry for these people. When I hear about these shootings that happen, I don't feel sorry for these people because, something was done that could have been prevented. Something was provoked that caused these people to do these things. That's the way that I believe it. I don't believe people just don't commit acts of evil out of nowhere. People don't just do horrendous things out of nowhere. People don't just give you negative attention, whether it's violent or non-violent, out of nowhere. That just doesn't happen. It's not real. You have to have done something to provoke these things. So I believe that as long as we're taking care of we're minding our own business, we're taking care of each other, we're being respectful and nice to other people, our neighbors and our friends and families, coworkers, all that stuff. We're doing that to other people. We're having this positive energy atmosphere towards everyone we come in contact with. People are not going to be provoked to do evil. That's the way that I see it. There is no, people don't just become evil overnight and decide, I'm going to do this horrendous crime. Or, I'm going to start doing this now. Like, it doesn't happen. Something has to have occurred to provoke these things, to invite these things. Okay? I don't believe in just evil happening out of nowhere. So I really don't feel bad or sympathetic whenever something happens to somebody. I really don't. Because 9 times out of 10, I'm pretty sure something you did cause that to happen to you. Or you were in the wrong place at the wrong time. If you know this city is known for a lot of crime, why would you go to this city? If you know a lot of crime happens at this hour, after 9 or 10 o'clock at night, why are you outside the house 9 or 10 o'clock at night? You see, that is what I mean. People, they don't use their brain. They don't think. They just want to do what they want and expect no consequences. And then when consequences do arrive, they expect people to feel sorry for them. I don't function like that. If you were not using your brain, if you were not thinking properly, clearly, if you were doing something to invite evil, I can't feel sorry for you when something bad happens to you. I can't feel sorry for you when, your children are kidnapped, your children are murdered, How do you get your children kidnapped if you're doing your job as a parent? That's what I don't understand. I don't feel sorry for you if there's an Amber Alert for your child, if there's a child abduction. I don't feel sorry for these parents. I don't. Because if you're doing your job as a parent, these things should not happen. These things should not be provoked. And if you're doing your job as a parent and you're raising your children properly, there's no reason why your son or daughter, potential daughter, becomes a murderer, becomes a child abductor, becomes a thief if you're raising your children properly. So really, it comes down to people. If you're not raising, there should be no reason why you get shot, robbed, killed, raped, murdered. There should be no reason why your child becomes a murderer, a rapist, a shooter, a killer, or a child abductor. There should be no reason why your child becomes these things if you're doing your job as a parent. So again, there's no place for sympathy here for any time something bad happens to somebody. And I expect the same in return. I don't expect anyone to feel bad for me when something bad happens to me. So I don't believe in just evil happening to people. I'm not a sympathetic person. I'm not. I believe that everything happens for a reason. It does. But that's just what I believe is the truth. So take what you want with that.